Hi everyone, and welcome to the episode 187 of the Double Cross Anime. I'm Mario, and here with me is, as always, Whooper.
Hey, I'm here. How's everybody doing?
Normally we do Whooper would be in odd number, and in even number, but a lot of things have changed, so we just kind of like doing the random episode number now. So it's episode 187, but I'm doing the intro this time.
Yeah, I don't know when we got off course. I'm not gonna think too hard about it.
Yeah, no, no. So this time we're doing something, like a bit of our tradition now. So we're looking at the 10th new show for the new season. New season is for 2025, and we talk about them, and we gonna rate them, rank them, really, and we're gonna take the three that we rank the highest to discuss at the end of the season.
We actually haven't done that for the fall season in a while, in years, because we usually take a
All
break
right.
in
Yep.
December.
Yep. We actually, yep, for the fourth season, we actually go straight to the anime of the year.
That's right.
So, yep.
Well, I mean, the closer that January gets, the more we have to spend time watching a whole bunch of stuff rather than just shows from fall.
Yep.
But certainly the two, three, four shows that we discuss here that we give the highest or the lowest, I suppose, rankings to, will be ones that could potentially show up on our respective top 10 lists.
Yep. Normally, I would say that fourth season is kind of like my favorite season of the year because it's a chance it's there's many like hidden gems just like pop up at the end of the season. I have many of my favorite anime of the year. Uh, like premium in fall. So I remember like Flip Flapper is in fall 2016 or Land of the Lustrous as well.
Okay.
So
You don't think that's
so
just a
no stranger for
coincidence?
me. And a few more as well. So
Okay.
like fall would be could be like a big season for me personally. Not in terms of the numbers. How this year though? How the fall 2025 cheating you so far? Cooper?
Me?
Yeah.
Um, well, last season we had Takopi's Original Sin, and Summer
Right.
Hikaru died, and Panty and Stocking, and I wasn't particularly hot on it, but we also had City the Animation, certainly a big debut.
Yeah.
So lots of big titles, either
Hmm.
big like they were highly anticipated, or big like they were shockingly good. I don't think that was the case this season.
I agree. Like outside that of the 10 show that we watch, even like within the 10 show, there are some show that I don't think that I gonna give it a second try. We're gonna talk more about that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And
There's a bunch of shows here that I won't watch any more of.
yeah. And even outside of that list, I don't think that we got that really that much show like go that piqued my interest either.
Well, um, there are a few shows coming out this season, or rather, I should say, there are some shows that aren't on this group of 10 that will be coming out this
Hmm.
season that I am interested in.
Yeah.
Two of them are anthology series. The third
Right.
volume of Star Wars Visions, and
Yeah.
there's also going to be an adaptation of some of Tatsuki Fujimoto's early work. He's the Chainsaw Man and Look Back mangaka.
Right.
And
Hmm.
in addition to those two shows, I have watched the first episode of Digimon Beat Break,
Right.
and I was pretty impressed actually. I don't know
Hmm.
if maybe I'll watch the second episode and be like, well, this is a lot stupider than I remember.
Yeah.
But I thought the first episode was pretty solid, so I will be watching a little bit more of that. But I do agree that so far this season is lacking like the real top tier stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. And even like the the sequels. Like we have a lot of big name sequels this time. Spy Family 3, My Hero Academia final seasons,
Hmm.
and one in particular that we're gonna discuss about is One Punch Man season 3.
Right. Yeah, that one actually is on this list. I was surprised that you nominated One Punch Man rather than Spy Family
Well,
as as a series you wanted to discuss.
yeah. Well, I just reckon that Spy Family was like like more of the same, and Watch Man we maybe had something that we can you know we can talk about.
Maybe.
I
I
was
mean, I guess
I
we'll
was
find out once
wrong.
we get there.
Right.
And that
Yep.
I think the
All
One
right.
Punch Man is like third on the list because we've got a lot of shows that start with S or T.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
so really bottom heavy, I guess, alphabetically speaking, since that is how we tend to do things.
Hmm. Yep. All right. So yep, we at Cooper said we gonna do it like alphabetically. So list the show in alphabetical order and go through them. The first one out the list is Chitose is in the Ramune border.
Right.
All right, just a little fun fact before we get into the show. I tried a Ramune bottle just 2 days ago. I bought that in the supermarket. Tried to drink it, and we actually struggled to how to open that bottle
Yeah.
because it just a way I had never done that before.
I
Had to
think.
look up YouTube. And,
What did you say? You looked it up on YouTube?
yep, so people had to do it, and there was a clip of a guy who just do it like in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
This is what you do. Poof, that's it.
You just there's something that you push down on, right? And it pushes the marble
Right.
to like break the seal.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have a very vague memory of doing that at an anime convention. That was the
All
first
right.
time I ever had Ramune. I think maybe the first and the last. I I don't
Oh,
like soda, so
huh.
um, I just tried it for novelty's sake. I think the person that I was attending the convention with wanted, like recognized it and wanted to have some, so I tried it. And it's it's very odd. It's very novel, I suppose. The the method by which you access the liquid inside the glass.
Yeah.
Um, well, I mean, I guess we can talk about the anime itself. Uh, how did you feel about it?
Double length. It's double length for some reason because
No,
I don't think it.
it isn't, right?
What do you mean no?
It was, I
All right.
mean,
What do
like
you?
the file, if you download it, the file is double length, but the episode itself is only like 30 minutes. And then
Oh, right,
the
right,
rest
right.
of what's
Yep,
at
yep,
the
yep,
end, which I didn't even
yep.
watch, is apparently like a live action, like
Right.
behind the
No, no.
scenes
So
sort of thing.
yeah, we had the scene. So there was like two years from the characters of this show talking about like all the location that was in the show.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't watch that.
And enjoy the food and all that. No, I just skip that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are right. So it's not double length. It
It's
feel
longer than
if
average though. And
yeah.
it felt longer than
One
average.
one question I want to ask you though, because you put that in the comment on your review, in the Star Wars anime
Right.
about this show. You talking about the skeleton uh in the closet, in the main protagonist closet,
Right.
and where's that? Like I didn't pick up on that at all.
We don't know what it is, and I mean, I'm not familiar with the source material. I'm just speculating that he has a skeleton in the closet. But if you think about the way that
Oh,
his teacher kind of strong arms
yep.
him into
All
being the
right,
guy
right.
to go to
Yep,
the shut-in's house, he must have some
yep,
leverage over him.
yep. All right. Yep. All right. I understand what you mean now. So yep. We don't know about that. We don't care to find out. I don't care to find out. Uh,
Well, I thought that you would have enjoyed this a little bit more than I did.
oh, I yeah. Well, this is the kind of show that I tend to like enjoy more than you. That for sure.
Like Bunny Girl
I don't
Senpai,
like.
Classroom of the Elite type stuff.
Yeah. or even you could go to like Oregaru,
Right.
or like Monogatari series. It's kind of the same.
Kind of. I mean, Bunny Girl Senpai and Monogatari series have the supernatural element, which sets
Yeah,
them apart. And Monogatari, like presentationally speaking, is in a different world than this
yeah,
show. But yeah, it's good that you mentioned Origairu because I think that's actually the closest um, comparison.
right. I love the main characters in Oregaru. I I don't care one bit about this Chitose guy.
Is it because he's like not an awkward loner nerd?
Hmm. No, it's just because he's too self-aware. Like all of these shows, the one from last year as well. Too many losing heroines.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
Well, I
it,
think that the more works in this sort of subgenre come out, the more that
yeah,
their authors might use self-awareness as like a way to comment on their own work. Because if you
right.
think about it, like let's say Origairu comes out, and I'm sure Origairu was not the first, um, light novel or anime of its type, but
Yeah.
it did at least come out like 10, 12 years ago, whatever. Uh,
Hmm.
as time passes and people get accustomed to that sort of story, they are probably going to be looking for something new, and making your protagonist like self-aware and kind of comment on the tropes of the story that they're in,
Yeah.
or have some foreknowledge of what events will take place because they've, read a light novel that's sort of like their life, stuff like that. That tends to crop up. Uh, Not just in anime, but
I
in general, like in television and all that.
Yeah. I guess that I tend to enjoy it if like if the writers say write the dialogue. So it depends on the writer as well. So if in the hands of the guy who write Oregaru, or like Nishio Ishin, who wrote Monogatari. So like the way they write the dialogue, I tend to enjoy. For this one though, it just kind of feel kind of like generic, even like like you cannot really tell apart one girl from another.
Uh, I don't know if that's fair. I mean, they all have different hair colors,
All right.
and
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell you a lot of the details that we learned about them from this episode. I know
Mm.
I see one in the poster, which is in front of me, is holding a basketball under her arm, and then
All right.
the darker haired girl, she was like the ace student, right? No, that was the brunette. Uh, I don't know. I'm
All right.
proving your point right now. I got them all mixed up.
All right. Hold on. There are two of them who are in the baseball or basketball. I think basketball. The one with the black hair and the one with
The light
the
brown
one
hair.
blonde, the light brown hair. Yep.
Yeah.
And then there is a girl who come to him the first time to the school, who is like I think his childhood friends
She's the
or
one with the brown
something.
hair, like the dark brown hair.
Yeah. There is the gray hair girl who he always missed like under the bridge.
Right. She's the one who jumps into the
Uh,
river in order, like, so
yeah.
that
This
a
is so
group of
weird. Like,
boys will stop bullying another boy.
yeah. It yeah, I that one as well is so weird. Like it just had me scratching my head. Like, what is
Well, I mean,
that?
I definitely agree, but I think that if you go back and watch like some Origairu or Classroom of the Elite, you're going to find that characters in those series probably take very similar actions that don't, like the idea behind them is admirable or whatever, but they don't make a lot of sense in the real world. I feel like that kind of
All right.
typifies this sort of show.
And yep. And then there's one other girl who I don't really remember.
She's the blonde. She's just like, I don't know, thought of as the
Right.
cutest. She's the cute one, basically. That's that's her role
Okay.
as far as I remember.
Okay. Anyway, when we start this show, I think there is like a brief uh reflection from the characters who saying something about like enjoying in the summer with like a really blue
Yeah,
hues.
they all talk about the color blue.
Right, and it's kind of like remind me of like another show that we watched ways ago.
What's that?
Original show in 2017, I think. The name escaped me now,
You're not talking
but
about Tsuki ga Kirei, are you?
no, 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 no. That show is a little better than this one. No, the other one. Uh, all right. I will look up the name. The name will come back to me. But that show is about like this boy enjoy the boys and girls. It's a romance show. Enjoy the moment of their life, the high school life. So it kind of like remind me of that,
You just
and I
described
kind of like it.
300 anime series.
Yeah.
High school boys and girls
just
enjoy
all
their
right.
life.
Just because that's the name.
Oh, yes. In fact, that's something we're going to watch in, well, I don't know how long from now, but that's a series
Oh,
that
is it?
both of us picked out in order to like give a second chance to shows from the previous decade.
Uh, all right. I don't remember picking that show, so it must be you who picked
Yeah.
that. But all right. Yeah, that show.
Okay. Yeah, I remember watching, I think 2 episodes, maybe 3, and kind of dismissing it.
Hmm.
But I don't know, something about it like stuck in the back of my head. It's by Pine Jam, which is a small studio whose work always interests me, even if I don't end up liking it. So,
Hmm. All right.
um, yeah,
Yeah,
just
that one remind
because
me of.
I would be more interested in watching that than any more of this. I did watch the OP of this show in the second episode, and it's extremely well directed and animated. Um,
Ah. All right.
but as for the characters themselves, all of his conversations with the shut in through the door
Yeah.
of his room are just, you know, I'm on the shut in side. I'm
Hmm.
on his side. Obviously, he should go to school, but
Yeah.
if you've got like the most popular guy in school who has like a literal harem, um, not literal, but as close to literal as you
Yeah.
can get in high school,
Yeah.
and you have that guy, and he brings like a rotating cast of girls to your house in order to try to coax you to come out of your room. I mean, like fuck that guy.
Yeah. And
I wouldn't listen to him or come out of my room if he was the
yeah.
one, you know.
And on top of that, actually, he tried to break in. He
Right.
tried to knock on the glass and say, "Now you come with me." Oh wow, what is that?
Yeah, he did. So when I watched episode 2 and I watched the OP, I also watched a few more minutes, and he comes in through the broken window and like sits down
Oh,
across from
yeah.
him in his room, and they start like debating. Just
Oh,
I
okay.
just don't care. I don't think the show is bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not for me. I'm too old or too grumpy.
All right. So, despite dishing the show, I think I got to watch more of that. just, just like what I did with with last year. Oh my God, what's the name?
Too many
Last
losing heroines.
year, to my losing heroines, or even like Bunny Senpai. I think I did finish like the first season of that. So
I did
just
too.
kind.
I think we discussed that for the podcast many years ago.
Oh
We
wow.
both watched it.
Did you watch the movie afterward? Yes,
No.
you did.
Nope.
All right. Oh, who did comment on like the face that he made in the movie? But all right, it's not you then.
Yeah, I guess you'll have to save that for once I'm like 60 years old and I've seen so much anime that I have to go back and watch stuff that I don't even care about
Yeah.
because there's nothing left, and then I'll see that Bunny Girl Senpai movie and I'll see whatever face you're talking about, and I'll give you a
All
call
right.
using the chip implanted in my brain that we'll all have by that point.
All right. So what ranking that you put for Chitose?
I ranked this ninth out of 10.
Me too. Nine
Okay.
out of 10. But I still want to watch more of this.
That is I mean you're doing You're doing God's work, I guess. I don't know. You're being
Well,
thorough. How
I
about that?
all right. I just say that I enjoy, like watching and dissing the show. So
Oh, hate watching, huh? Okay.
just want to see how it goes. All right. The next one is Gnosia.
Right. Yeah, so this is based on like a video game, kind of a half light novel,
Yep.
half social deduction game, or I
Yep.
should say half visual novel, half social deduction game. I don't
Yep.
know anything about it. I just watched the show as a standalone experience, and
Yep.
it feels very, for some reason, it feels very 2000s to me. Like this is the sort of plot that, like, kind of
Mhm.
psychological
Mhm.
sci-fi type plot that might have um, been in a 2000s show.
Yep. Yep. I like the social deduction angles. Like I think I mentioned that in my post as well. But I really like uh play that game.
Werewolf?
Werewolf. I'm not that good at werewolf, but
Neither am I.
yeah, you have to glove, and I'm not sure if I can glove that well. But anyways, yeah, I think the problem that this episode have so far is that it functions pretty much like a game. So you have like a standing characters with like amnesia, and we follow through the thing from his point of view, and that make me question why everyone just trust this guy so much. Like why don't, like, if it run like in the real world, he should be the one who got dismissed right away.
You think that he would have been the one who would be like voted off, voted into cryo sleep?
Yep. 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 That's what.
Well, if you think about it, when he awoke, there were what, 5 people remaining, including him. It
Yep.
was the redhead, who, spoiler alert, is the Gnosia.
Yep.
There's the
Yep.
the guy who gets voted off first,
Yep.
who doesn't trust him and tries to vote him
Yep.
off. There's the blonde woman who like knows that he's innocent
Yep.
somehow.
Yep.
Um, so that's 3 people like right away who wouldn't have an ordinary perspective, I guess, on his character.
Yep.
If you're talking about him like immediately being voted off, obviously the because he's clueless, the redhead wants to keep him around. Obviously,
Yep.
since the blonde woman
Mm.
knows he's innocent, she won't suspect him. And then the other guy,
Yep.
I guess, is thinking along the lines that you're thinking.
Right.
Like we
Mm.
can't trust this
Okay.
guy who we don't know anything about him. And there was a fifth character who I don't remember anything about. She was like a purple haired girl, right?
Yeah.
She didn't
Yeah.
make much of
I
an
think
impact on me.
she did mention about something before the night comes to him, which I don't remember what she talked about either. She just looked at the window, talk something, talk something to him before the blonde hair guy or girl pull him back.
Oh, that's right. She has no gender, or they, I guess. They
Yeah.
have no gender. And I think that's like a larger part of the setting of the show is that they exist in a future
Mm.
where some people, I don't know if it's as a result of an operation or like an evolutionary quirk in human history or whatever, but some people have no gender, and
Yeah.
they are one of them.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Um,
All
yeah.
right. So the premise is that now he make a wrong choice. He would go back to do it again. Is that how that gonna work?
Yeah. So what I speculate is that the blonde character
Yep.
has given him this time traveling ability before. I think this has happened multiple times.
Right.
That's how they know that they can trust him, because they're time looping, and
Hmm.
the blonde character has memory of that, but this new guy, the guy who just woke up, I can't remember his name. What are the names?
Yuri.
Yuri, yes. Yuri does not. Yuri does not remember. So I'm guessing that
Yep.
when he wakes back up in episode 2, because this was kind of a prologue. When he wakes back up, he probably won't have his memory. But the
Mm.
show, like the director, will probably clue us into the fact that the blonde character is like retains their memories of the loop.
Hmm. Okay.
That's my guess.
All right. Yep.
Um, but I mean, we're spending all this time talking about how the voting and the time loop and everything, and I think that's because that's mostly what this show has to offer. I don't, it's obviously not a character piece. And
Yep.
even though it's a sci-fi show, it's not going to get too much into that because they're trapped aboard a spaceship, and they will be for likely the entire show.
No, 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 no. So that's where I think that's where I think it's spanned. So it's gonna be I suspect that we're gonna find the real Gnosia in the ship, and then when that happen, it move on to the next one. So the reason that I think of that is because if you look at the poster, if you look at the OP, there is like a whole range of other characters that would appear as well.
Yeah, and they're all going to be on the
And
ship as well.
yeah, but this for the at the moment the ship is just only 5 people, so I think it's gonna be like you get past this scene, you get to the next one, which is like another set of characters with like hidden Gnosia abilities.
Why?
So
How would that
yep.
make it so that they ever leave the ship?
So I think this ship in particular, they go to one of the planet, but it's in store at the moment because it detect the nausea uh
Right.
element in there. So once they set it off, the real one is gonna go to the planet, and that's where he met other people, and that's where it's expand the universe.
I don't think that's how this show's going to work. I mean, it's based on a
Right,
video game, and I think the
right.
like the gameplay loop of the video game is discovering who the Gnosia is aboard the
Yep.
ship, and
Mm.
just like constant voting and
Yep. Yep. Yep.
deduction
Yep.
and
Well,
all that.
and by saying that, did you watch the ED of the show?
I mean, yeah, I would have, but I don't remember much about it. You see a bunch of new characters, don't you?
No, you actually like at the first scene you see who gonna be the other Gnosia for for this set of characters. So I was actually disappointed because I learned who gonna be. So it's a red haggers
Well, that's not the
and
ED. That's
it's
just part of the
and
show.
it's one more characters. It's one more characters
Oh.
who yeah.
Well, I think it's
So
probably different on every time loop.
is it
Yeah,
is it
the
how
Gnosia
it works?
is like it's just some sort of entity that takes on human form.
Right,
So, it
right.
could probably impersonate anyone.
But I think the point that maybe the next episode gonna make is that there might not be one Gnosia in the ship, but there are two,
Oh,
and
there's
they
definitely
try.
more than one. Yeah.
Yep, and they try the way to hide the real one by killing the like one of the other Gnosia to protect the identity. So I think that's the show gonna go. So I think the next one gonna be to vote the Red Hager out, but it still remain because there's one other who gonna attack them. But like when you think back about that, if there are two Gnosia in the ship of 5, wouldn't it be like better way, better strategy for them to just kill off one of the others innocent people so that they are 2 and 2 and they can attack the ship.
Yeah, that's what they're going to try to do.
Yeah. So no, so it's just all speculation at the moment. So I still want to see the next episode to see how it goes.
Okay. I don't know that I'll watch anymore.
Right. I do like the character design though. They look so I don't know.
Insane.
Well, Yeah, I don't know what the word that I'm looking for, but they look stand out. They yeah
They're definitely unique. I feel like they're kind of over designed, but you know,
yeah
it's not something that I can't tolerate. Um, you know, I just don't know whether I'm gonna watch anymore. Like I have a bunch of spring and summer shows that I got to get, you know, that I got to get through in the
yeah
next
yeah fair
less than 3 months.
yeah fair enough. All
What'd
right.
you rank it?
Do you have any? All right. I rank it 7 out of 10.
So did I.
Huh. Maybe this is one of the season where we got everything
No, I'm pretty sure
same.
we have some
Let's.
very different opinions about some of these.
All right. The next one is One Punch Man season 3.
Yeah, so I have to tell you, I only watched half of this.
Right.
And
Just
it's
because you.
not because I was so disappointed, you know, like everyone else on the internet, about how
Right.
little action there was or anything like that. You know, obviously that stuck out to me.
Yeah.
But the main reason I stopped watching halfway through was because I had no idea what anyone was talking about. I didn't finish One Punch Man season two, although I watched
Right.
almost all of it. Um, but even if I had finished One Punch Man season two, I would not know what the hell is going on. That
Yeah.
that I mean, there are so many scenes in just the first half of this episode that are like in boardrooms between, you know, like business people who are involved in managing the Hero Association and stuff, and they're all talking about you know, the latest catastrophe that's befallen their city and potential threats that may emerge in the future and how they're going to handle them and which heroes they're going to assign and stuff. I don't know who these people are. I don't know what they're talking about as far as the past goes, the future. I don't know what's happening in the present. I just don't know. So I turned it off halfway through and I was like, I'm good. I'm done with One Punch
All
Man.
right. Right. I think I didn't finish the second season as well. So
Then why did we watch
I just
this?
reckon no I just reckon that this is one of the show where like when you get into the next season, it's kind of like the same. Like you get to know the characters anyway. You get to like they got to mention like previous events anyway. You kind of not missing anything if you jump uh to the new season.
Well, that
I
was not
was
my
kind of
experience.
I was kind of right because I still can't follow what happening. It just like it just oh my god, it's just a lot of talking, a lot of like people gathering, and half of the face is that I do know, I don't care. The other half that I don't know about, and it just sort of like, and where is Satama, like
So
fit
when I stopped watching halfway through, I did like kind of scroll the rest of the
yeah
episode and I
yeah
saw him at one point. He was like in his apartment or something playing a video game or
yeah
a card game with people, but then
yeah
he disappeared
yeah
again
exactly.
quickly as I was like dragging the scroll bar towards the end.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the bad humor that this episode tried to make is that like everyone else just try to gung ho about this, like protecting the world, uh killing off the enemies and all that, and Saitama in the middle of it, he just doesn't care, like he play a video games. Uh,
Yeah. I mean, this show
it's
was
it's not
not good
funny.
for more than one season as far as the premise goes. That's the whole
Yeah,
point is that he's
yeah,
super powerful, no one can oppose him,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
doesn't care to use his abilities for like justice or whatever. He's just a guy living his life. How far can you extend that? I mean, some shonen
Yeah.
fans will watch anything as long as there's like rankings and power levels and stuff
I
like that, but I just am so far from caring.
Well, I mean that the mangaka, he actually pretty for me, he actually know about all the parody, and he can make a good tweak out of this. So that's the reason why I still like kind of wanted to watch to see how he tweaked the Mephopulus. But if this is the whole show gonna be like this episode, it's just a mess.
I don't think the whole show is going to be like this episode. There must be. I mean, there must be.
yeah,
more action,
mm,
right? They wouldn't just sit around
yeah,
and talk about a potential threat for like 12 or 13
right,
episodes. The
yeah.
threat eventually has to, become real. Uh,
A- And so I hope, hopefully, that by that time comes, it worth it because this episode, make it clear that it just the I don't feel the need to go through another 20 minutes just to get like some minutes of action of good actions.
yeah. Well, I mean, I will say, so I remember when we were doing our best of the 2010s, like
Yep,
decade thing. I remember you watched a whole bunch of Hunter x Hunter
yep,
in order
yep,
to catch up,
yep,
and I assume you watched the election arc, right? Which is the
yep,
final arc.
yep, everything. Yep.
That is a shonen arc with a lot of talking in it that I personally found to be pretty engaging.
I enjoy it as well, but unless it have like a better resolution. By that I just mean that it's kind of like stop right there in the middle.
Yeah,
So I was kind of like let down by that, by that fact. By that we don't have any more of animated material after that. But the act itself I actually kind of really enjoy.
yeah.
So
It's
yes.
there's just so many characters. There's like internal politics. The characters' motivations are all, they're mysterious, and as you once you realize them, you kind of have like a light bulb going on moment. Like, oh, so that's
Mm,
what they've been trying to accomplish all this time. It's
mm,
I just bring it up to point out that a really dialogue heavy shonen arc can work,
yeah,
but this just is not it.
yeah, yeah. I agree. This one is just trying to building up something that yeah, that we don't really care about. It actually I feel it's a bad idea to just do this in the first episode of the new season.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I have to assume they're adapting the manga in order, uh,
Right. Yeah.
but yeah, I
Yeah.
really don't have anything else to say.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even
Uh,
watch the whole thing, so
yeah. All right. My final top would be I would rather do family Spy Family season 3 than this. So my
yeah.
fault.
Well, I didn't.
10 out of 10.
I only watched like 4 or 5 episodes of Spy Family season 2.
Oh, you still wouldn't miss anything.
Oh, really?
So my point still stand.
Okay.
All right, 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I also ranked it last 10.
Ah,
So far, we're 3 for 3. I don't think this has ever happened.
yeah.
When will we
All
break the
right.
streak? Probably
Maybe
this
the
one.
next one. Sanda.
Probably this one.
Yeah. All right, Sanda. What an insane ride the first episode is. Like right up the first 10 seconds, the mad boy nearly got killed by his friend,
I don't think they're
his
friends, right?
classmate.
They're
Yeah, classmate.
classmates.
And
Well, if
and
they
yeah,
were friends before, they definitely weren't after she tried to kill him. Except he's so
right.
stupid that he thinks that she has like a secret crush on him and is trying to confess her love by, swiping at him with
Yeah,
a really sharp knife.
yeah.
Um,
Oof.
yeah.
All right. I would say that this first episodes and Vista episode actually have a lot in similars.
Okay. How so?
If have yeah, if has someone die or disappear the day before, it start with like a really big catalyst of like someone try two of the main character try to kill each other, and it have like it is set in the school as well.
Right.
So like this the first 5 minutes it should remind me very strongly of Vista, but then when the whole like Santa Claus got kicking in, it actually kind of like branch in different direction,
Yeah.
which is kind of good. But yeah, but it does remind me a little bit of Vista in the beginning.
Well, they are both written by Paru
Yeah,
Itagaki. So same
yeah, yeah.
author. And
Same art style, I would say as well.
what's that?
Same art
You
style.
think so?
I think so. Yes, like the way that the girl, uh, what's her name? When she trying
Furuyama?
to, yep, when she tried, like when she tried to stab him, and you see her figures. It just look like, for me, it just look like the characters from Beastars as well. So kind of, yeah,
Well, I have not
remind
read
me.
the manga for either of these titles, so
Right,
I am comparing in my head Sanda's
yeah,
2D animation with Beastar's 3D, and
right.
I don't
No,
I don't see the
not for you.
similarities
Okay,
there. But perhaps you would if you were putting manga pages side by side, or perhaps I would if I
right,
did the same.
okay,
I mean,
yeah.
the character. You know what Furuyama's design reminded me of was a Tim Burton character,
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the
In
bulging
post,
eyes, the weird,
right,
greasy, curly hair.
right.
Um, yeah,
The very thin figures as well.
yes,
Mm,
kind of
yeah,
spindly.
yeah. Mm,
Um, yeah. So I mean, as far as the character designs go, and the animation, art direction, very impressive.
right.
The
Yeah,
explosion scene towards the end, like it's kind of got like big blotches of orange and yellow. Very
yeah.
stylized, like that a lot. And yeah, I just think it looks good in general. I mean,
Right,
it's impressive.
right. How the plot doing for you?
I didn't really like the story, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
because the characters are obviously very heightened. This is not a naturalistic um,
Mm,
story.
sitting.
But
Yeah,
like Sanda struck me as too naive, like he's too stupid. The whole thing about him thinking Furuyama might have a crush on him
uh-huh.
is makes no sense to me. Furuyama is like too insane, uh,
Yeah,
and I just feel as though rather than like hammering those traits of those characters so loudly and so frequently in this episode, we should have gotten a little more of the setting.
mm,
Because Ono's disappearance is what makes Furuyama crazy. And in order to have
right,
some idea of why Ono disappeared or was like killed or captured or whatever, it might help us to know a little bit more about the setting.
right.
Um, there are things that I like in the process of looking into the show to write about it for our season preview on the blog.
Mm-hmm.
There were things I learned about its setting that weren't even in this first episode, and I barely looked into it.
Yep,
So
yep, yeah, yeah.
there's stuff that they're withholding, and I don't know. Maybe I expected that to come out a little sooner. Like all we get here in
I
the anime
see.
is that there's, as a result of a lowered global temperature, winter is no longer like distinct from the other seasons. So Christmas is no longer a thing. And also, we see a banner on the front of their school building that says trauma free curriculum. So
Huh.
apparently, like childhood trauma is a major concern in this future.
Yeah. And we also learned that Santa Claus and the Santa tradition is not follow here anymore.
Right, as a result
So
of
they,
Christmas not being
yeah,
observed.
yeah, yeah.
And of course,
So
we also learned that Sanda can transform into not Santa Claus necessarily, but a buff elderly man with white facial hair. Uh,
yeah, I don't know why it's a buffalo. Like Santa Claus was never really, look healthy,
I think
but
I think it's probably buff because that's what Paru wanted to draw.
okay,
Like when authors are drawing or artists are drawing their work, they I don't think they approach it ultra logically. I think that a large part
yeah,
of what their artistic output is what they think would be cool to draw.
yeah, yeah,
Uh, and
yep,
I mean, that's just true. Like people with really impressive physiques are gratifying to draw, I guess, because they're any sort of art uh, in any
Yeah.
part of the world. Artists like gravitate towards that sort of thing. You think about like classical Greek and Roman sculptures and stuff.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I actually agree with you. If there is, like something interesting going on with the setting, this episode suddenly doesn't really dwell to that because it start, it kind of start internally with the characters change rather than, going big around the main settings. So we kind of like see the the world as normal now, but it's actually not the kind of normal that we used to in the real world either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how far in the future it's set. Perhaps there was a hint in the first episode that I didn't pick up on, but it's got to be pretty far if
Mm.
the Earth's climate is so different compared to ours.
The Wikipedia page actually had the answer for you, so do you want me to spoil that out?
Sure. Yeah. What year is it?
2080.
2080. Oh boy. Okay. 55 years from now, are we gonna have no? Are we? Are is like the concept of four distinct seasons already gonna be
Right.
a thing of the past? 55 years from now.
Oh boy.
I don't know much about
We
climate science, but I guess it's possible.
Yeah, we still alive then, so we could tell it
Well,
in 55 year time.
I'm 35. In 55 years, I would be 90. I don't know if I'll still be
Yeah.
alive at 90. A lot of the men in my family, like my grandparents, died in their 70s and 80s. The men, in particular.
All
The
right.
women lived a little longer, but I think
Yeah.
that's
Well.
universally true.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. Well.
So maybe
Let's
one of
look.
us. I mean, perhaps both of us will be alive at 90 years old. Are you? You're this 1 year older than I am. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. That's
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
So maybe one of us will be alive in our early 90s, and we'll be able to
Yeah.
confirm for ourselves.
It's funny these kind of things. The last time we watched Blade Runner and the original, and we actually learned that it's set in the year 2019 or 2015. So it's just like like that future is already gone
Right.
by today's standard, and like we still doesn't have any robot who can become replicants like in the movies, or like
Flying cars.
uh flying cars and all that. But
Yeah.
it's interesting to see.
I guess the anime and manga equivalent would be Akira, which is set in
Yeah,
2019.
yeah, 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 yeah. Whew. Thank God
Yeah.
we not
We didn't
did.
enter that future.
Yeah.
At least it
All
would be
right.
really well animated if we did.
Yeah, well, I agree. Anyway, back to Sanda. I agree with you, but I actually kind of enjoy this plot as well. It's kind of really crazy the whole bar, and I still enjoy to see where it's gonna go from here.
All right. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm interested as well, I suppose. I mean, I really didn't connect with the first episode very much, but I will be watching more.
Yeah. All right. I put it 1 out of 10
Okay.
first.
Yeah, for me, number 4.
4. Right. All right. Next one is another one that I also enjoy. I put that out there. Shuumatsu Touring. Touring after the apocalypse.
Okay. Yeah, so I watched this one as well. Um,
Hmm.
well, obviously I did because we're about to discuss it.
Yeah.
I said that because it wasn't a show that I had seen originally, but I watched it, for our first episode awards on the website. I wanted to be sure that I
Right.
had seen it before, casting my vote. I did
Yeah.
not vote for it for best background. I think the backgrounds in the show
Oh.
are kind of hideous, actually.
Oh, hideous.
Yeah, I hate
Wow.
that super bright neon green used for like
Hmm.
all the plant life and stuff. Just burns my eyes.
Oh no, it's like one of the best thing out of this episode. If you didn't enjoy the episodes, I just wonder if you enjoyed the whole show at all. So let's say if you, yep,
Yeah, I mean, it's a large part of the show is going to be them exploring um, a
yep,
lot of different locations because it seems to me that the main character is kind of following the path that her sister once took.
yep, yep,
She's
yep,
got her cell phone with a with a cracked screen, and there's a bunch of photos on there, and she compares one of the spots that she stops, one of the spots where she stops with her traveling companion, who is an android with a photon cannon for an arm or something.
yeah, yep, yep,
She
yep,
stops and she compares like the scene that she can see with her own eyes versus the a picture on her phone.
yep.
So that's the story, I guess. Her trying to find her sister, or at the very least, retrace her footsteps. But so I mean, perhaps not all of the places that they travel to will have a lot of plant life, and that won't be a major issue.
Right,
I don't know.
yep. Um, I just have one question. I didn't really go back to the episode to double check on that, so I wasn't very clear. But the very first moment where we see like a girl who pulled to the petrol station, talk to the guy, is that her sister, right?
Yes, that was a flashback.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So in uh particular, like in this episode, it's only she and Irie who is the main uh the um, the human that we see so far, right? We don't see any
Um,
other human
yeah,
apart
that
from
I
the
believe that's correct.
right.
And
Yep, yep,
I suppose the other, as long as you're excluding the first few minutes where we see her older sister and the gas station attendant and all that stuff. Apart from that, the
yep,
only characters are the main one, whose name I forget, and Airi,
yep.
and
Yoko,
oh, Yoko is the main
yep,
character. Yeah, thank you. And I
yep.
suppose you could also consider the AI powering the tank that chases them around to be a character
Right.
in quotes.
Yep,
But if it is a character, it died. They killed it.
yep, yeah. Actually, like I kind of impressed the way that we eventually find that out. That like in that chase sequence, we find out that Irie is a android, and then when we get into the tank, we see like people dying inside the their skeletons, and then it's a program that like that's still try to work. So it kind of like bring a really like sad melancholy tone to it.
Yeah, I guess so.
I I, I yeah, just mean that I really enjoy that moment.
I see. I yeah, I mean that's what they were going for. Um,
Yeah.
I wasn't too broken up about it.
Hmm. They they kill characters. Come on.
Yeah, they cut the power.
Yeah.
Um, man, I don't even know what to say about the show. Oh, here's one thing I will say. I liked the
Yeah.
music. I really liked the music.
Right. Right.
It gave me some Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross vibes. You know, the wave of electronic soundtracks that have been popping up in live action film in recent years that they kind of kicked off with the Social Network soundtrack.
Okay.
I got a little bit of influence from that here. There's a combination of like analog sounds, like piano and acoustic guitar, with electronics in this show, and the electronics are kind of like bubbly and high pitched and like kind of tinkling sounding, kind of
Mm.
playful, and also a thought. I also got like a thoughtful or contemplative vibe from some of the music as well. I just really liked it in general. I think that's the best thing
Mm.
about the show. Um,
All right.
so I guess I'll mention that.
All right. Here's a question for you, and uh compare the first episode of this show and the first episode of the Girls Last Tour. Which one do you prefer?
Oh, Girls Last Tour by a what's longer than a
All
mile?
right. Wow.
Uh, what is longer than a mile? A
uh,
gigameter. I don't know. I mean, Girls Last Tour
kilometers is yeah.
successfully establishes like, uh, you know, a melancholy, sort of lonely tone. I feel this show for
Right.
me really didn't do that at all.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I just feel that Girl Last Tour the contrast is much more pronounced and it make it much more unique as well.
And the character designs are so much better in Girls Last Tour.
Uh,
In
agree?
this show,
Yep.
they just look like, I don't know, they look like Pokemon characters or something.
Wow. And it's funny how like I think of Girl Let's Do It, it's just like like a show that just aired recently. It actually was in 2018, I think.
17, I believe.
Se 17, so 8 years ago, almost 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a
Dang.
while. Um, and I guess this show is here to carry the torch.
Right. Yeah. 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 I enjoy this journey so far. I think more than you. Uh hopefully we see more of the scenery, not in like not in the way that it have uh more plants and all that, but maybe like you see more industrial waste or like other things going on as well.
Maybe, but you have to think about the fact that in Girls Last Tour they got around in a tank. So,
Yeah.
and it was a small kind of cartoony looking tank, but it still gave them the ability to travel to like difficult to reach places. Whereas in this show they're riding on motorbikes, so they can't go too far off the beaten path.
Right. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
will impact where they're able to travel, I suppose, unless they hijack a tank for themselves.
It I think it's solar power as well,
Right.
motorbike. So
Yeah, that was a cool detail
very
when they unfolded the
yeah.
solar panel and like put some rocks down on it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I've rate it. I'd rank it 2 out of 10.
Okay, for me, number 8.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
I didn't
God.
like it. I will not be watching more.
Oh no. All right.
I like the music though. I might, it's a
Yeah.
shame kind of because when you think about like Anime of the Year awards, this show is airing in fall, right at the end of the season. So its
Yeah.
soundtrack might not be, published or released in time to in CD form or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it might be tough to sample it and vote for it on that basis.
Well, you can watch more episodes of that just to hear the soundtrack. How that sounds.
Eh,
All right. The next one is Tayo Yuri Mo Mabushi Hoshi, a star brighter than the sun.
yeah, kind of a very standard shoujo series, I would say.
I I would say that this is a season where also romance it's become more prominent in this season. So we got this one, we got another one that now to discuss later on, and then we have a show that I actually kind of enjoy as well. The uh, Pass Me the Meat, uh, the Monster Meat, My Lady.
Yeah, I have not seen
It's
that.
yeah, it's kind of charming. That's all,
Okay.
especially in the romance. So yeah, what do you think about these episodes?
I thought it was fine.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it's got all the sorts of shoujo stuff you would expect, like the sparkly backgrounds and the little on-screen text kind of representing
yeah,
the the way they do in shoujo manga, where you'll just write a little bit of text next to a character's head indicating that it's something that they've kind of thrown out there,
yeah,
not in a speech
yeah,
bubble, just like a little humorous comment. And it's got long internal monologues, and the main character is supposed to be like plain looking with classmates who are better looking than she is, and it's pretty
Yep.
standard. I kind of like this sort of shoujo setup. Um,
Mm.
just
Yep.
that's something I enjoy personally. But I
Yep.
I don't know. I don't really suspect that this show has a lot to offer like new fans. Um,
Yep. Well, yeah, I agree with you on all of what you said. I think it's also a charming first episodes. Like we have two very likable main characters who we learned in this episode that they have a feeling for each other. There's a third wheel that come along the way. Not sure if it's a third wheel or like kind of like supporting them, but I reckon it's a third wheel.
I can't even remember the third
And
wheel character. I watched this like weeks ago. Who was the
all
third
right.
wheel?
So we got the two main characters who find out that they go into the same high school,
Right,
get into the same the
same
same
class.
class, and then there is this one other girl who just like just uh right right next to them, and I think they actually introduced their name as well. I think it's kind of like a green hair or something, girls.
Green hair.
Yeah,
Does she have
she
red
kind.
glasses?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
Yeah, I see her here on the My Anime List character page for this show. But I like
Right,
looking at her. I'm drawing a complete blank. I don't remember her at all.
right,
Uh, yeah,
right. Well,
that doesn't speak well, I guess, for the this show. But to be fair, a lot of it was like a middle school flashback, elementary
right,
school and middle school. We kind of got like the main character's whole history with her crush, Iwata being the female lead and Kamishiro being the male lead. Those are their last names, their family names. Um, so not a lot of time was actually spent in high school as far as what was put on screen. And those flashbacks were depicted in a really weird, art. I don't even know if it's appropriate to call it an art style because I think it just involved like putting a filter over the line work or over the whole frame to make everything look kind of fuzzy.
yeah.
Uh, and I didn't particularly like the way that looked. I guess it was
Mm.
fine, but I would hope that they keep that to a minimum in future episodes now that we're caught up to speed and we're solidly in the high school era.
Well, um, consider that our main characters who always think about the past. I think it's gonna pop up from time to time
Yeah, probably
just
so.
to think of his. Yeah. Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go on.
I don't know. What else is there to say?
All
Um,
right. I yeah, I do enjoy their like their catch up, and like maybe they have a feeling to each other. I just wish that like uh when the boy Kamishiro he have the paper, he go to get her,
right
and
at the sports
it
day.
turned yeah, it turned out that it was like someone who killed. I wish that it was something different, like like just my old hero or something, just something that to just showcase that he respect her in different ways, not like someone who killed. It's just kind of like very generic.
Okay, I see your point. I would counter with the fact that um, high schoolers are mostly, when they're thinking about people of the opposite sex, they're mostly thinking about whether they're attracted to them or not.
Yeah.
That's I
Well,
think that's
yeah.
pretty realistic. And the fact that he treats her with respect, despite you know uh, being attracted to her, in my mind that's like you pass, good enough.
Oh,
Because
okay.
a lot of high school boys and girls, I suppose, uh, do not pass. They don't even clear that very low bar.
Right. Right. Yep. So, yep, I don't think this will break any new ground. Uh,
Yeah,
it's just the way on what it does.
yeah. I would say so. I mean, the main reason I was interested in it to begin with was because it's from the same mangaka who wrote Ore Monogatari, My Love
Oh,
Story,
right. All right. Interesting.
and I really enjoyed the anime adaptation of that show. I don't think this one is
Right.
going to be quite as solidly produced, but
Yeah. Uh,
if the story is good, if the characters are likable, then perhaps I'll
yeah.
stick around. That's not a guarantee though.
I'm yeah. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick around with this one because if I want to check out a romance show for this year that I haven't catch up with. I think I'm gonna go for Karu Hana Warinto Saku,
Yeah,
which is the fragrant flower blooms with dignity.
yeah, I'm also going to be giving that one another look.
Right.
Um, so
All right.
would you rank this one?
I drank 6 out of 10.
Okay, for me it was number 5.
Yeah. All right. Next one on the list is Tojima. Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Oh wow, this one.
What was your impression of it?
Totally come out of left field for me. I just feel like uh at first it remind me of that show from last year Kaiju number 8, because
Kaiju number 8. Okay, go on.
it's that an old man who like really want to like become the thing, but didn't have the ability, or like just a chance to become a to contribute to what he want to do, which is like become a hero.
Interesting. I had
Uh,
not. That's a good comparison. I hadn't thought about that at all.
but I was holding the reverse oh wow, I was holding some talkback about that as well, because
Reservations.
the reservation, just because the fact that Catch number 8 just started really shame me in the second episode onwards. But I think that feeling change as well when like we go through like we go through the episode and we see like another things going on. So uh I just want to say that it just like go through all the thing, but uh, what is the right way to say it, just play the absurdity very with a straight face.
Uh huh.
So it's kind of like brilliant the way they do that as well. So I kind of impressed the way that they pull it off, even though that it's like the way the main characters say it's very cheesy. They know it as well. The show know it as well, and somehow it's still pulled off. So I kind of impressed by that.
Yeah, I think the key to that balancing act is the fact that he's an adult.
You're right.
He's a working adult with responsibilities that he does not run away from. So
Mhm.
he has his life together, even though it's not a great life. We see him eating takoyaki alone in his like 4.5 tatami mat room.
Yep. Yep.
Shout out to the Tatami Galaxy. But and that's like the highlight of his day. He's got no family, no.
Yep.
He's kind of alone.
Yep.
But this and so he recognizes the reality of his life, but at the same time he can't help it. He just loves Kamen Rider so much he can't help himself. He knows
Yep.
it's stupid. He knows he's too old for this shit, but he just can't help it. He just loves Kamen Rider. It's like in his DNA practically. So it's not as though he's a complete weirdo. He's a functional member of society who just happens to love Kamen Rider. Um, and we get some before we're properly introduced to him as an adult. I suppose we do get a flashback, or maybe the flashback comes more towards the middle of the episode. I don't really remember, but we see like him impersonating Kamen Rider in order to save a girl from a bunch of like bullies or delinquents.
Right.
Um,
Yep.
and that's a very goofy scene. The
Yep.
bullies in this show are very quite exaggerated. So it has, as a result of that fact, it kind of has a classic feel to it. Because the further back you go in anime, the uh, the more obnoxious and exaggerated bully characters tend to be.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I just think it hits a lot of the right notes. I think it has kind of a classic feel. Obviously, there's the
Yeah,
nostalgia element because it's about Kamen Rider. Um,
yeah,
the action scenes are extremely like pose heavy. It's not that the animation is great, but the characters' facial expressions and their crazy poses are kind of hit a sweet spot. I think. Um, yeah, and obviously there's potential for the story to escalate because we know that there's like a group of villains who are more organized than just a bunch of low level guys holding up convenience stores and stuff. There's a larger plot that we can kind of get a vague sense of.
yeah. I like the fact that like he refused to become a Kamen Rider because all he thinks is that he want to fight he had to fight against shockers,
Right.
and then there is an actual shocker in the form of like petty crimes, and it happened right in front of him, so like it make him to react. So I think the whole thing it just functioned very naturally in a way that like put that to pull him into this fantasy again.
Right.
And it's yeah, it just bring up a lot of different emotions, like he cries when he put on that mask because he now become a Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
But we see we as a viewer see some kind of a mixed feeling as well because now he just stepped into his fantasy, which is like not real. So maybe he's the one who become a villain in the future. I think is there a potential for that as well. So it's just kind of very interesting how he like kind of like embody this
You think
as
that he
well.
would become the villain? I mean, I guess anything is possible, but I think the show already has a villain
Yeah, well,
candidate.
yeah.
The guy who's giving orders to all the grunts who are
I
robbing
I
konbinis.
yeah. I do think that he's an old version of like one of his classmates before.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
But based on like they looking kind of similarly, but
They have like the same
yeah,
glasses or something like that.
the same hairstyle as well.
Oh, okay.
So
That's a pretty big
or
giveaway.
maybe the but in any case, the second episode we're gonna see like someone who also like him, like who want to be Kamen Riders, and he's pretty pissed off because like Tojima has stole their spotlight. So
Right.
you know, a very interesting angle to go to.
Yeah. I guess you saw that in the next episode preview.
Yep,
Okay. Yeah.
yep,
I
yep, yep.
also
I
watched
did.
it, and I'm interested in the fact that that the show is bringing in another character like right away.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Might
And
be sort of an ensemble, um, more
mm,
than just like Tojima is a common writer now, and he beats people up for 11 more episodes.
yeah. Well, and the show is ridiculous in a way as well. Like all his fighting and his move when he wants to be a Kamen Rider, and then he's saying to all of the bullies, if you want to fight against the evils,
Right.
not fight among themselves and all that. But that everything just work. It just so yep, so far so good. It just this one is the one to keep an eye for.
Yeah, I agree, and that's why I put it first.
All right, I put it third.
Okay. So your top three have been revealed. Is that right? Sanda,
Yeah,
Shuumatsu,
yeah,
and Tojima.
yeah. All right, next one is Towa no Yuugure. That's beyond the end of the world.
Yeah. Pretty
Another end of the world.
Hmm?
Yep, God. Another end of the world and another apocalypse
Oh yeah,
shows.
yeah. But when you look at the trees and the grass and everything, they actually, look like trees and grass instead
Oof.
of Photoshop shapes.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, I don't,
This is it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
this is an original show
Yeah,
for once.
yeah.
It made by PA Works, who no stranger of making original shows. I think we've been review some of the show original show from them as well before.
Yeah, one that we've talked about in the past and that this show kind of reminded me of was Sirius the Jaeger.
Right. Why
Now
does it remind you of that show?
it doesn't remind me of it in terms of, like story, art direction or anything like that. Although of course the characters have that PA Works look. Um,
Yep.
I don't know. I th- I can't imagine that it's one character designer doing all their stuff. So they must just have like a house style, the same way that
Mm.
KyoAni does.
Yep. Yep.
Um, but it reminded me of that because I kind of got the same vibe from this show. Like it's very concerned with
Hmm.
its setting, and I feel like it's probably going to continue to function that way for the entire run, and like the characters are going to end up feeling pretty thin. That's just the impression that I
Hmm.
got from this first episode, and it was that way for Sirius the Jaeger, as far as I remember.
Right. I remember Shuumatsu the Jacker is more action oriented. It's more about vampire and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if there was vampire. But I do see a point. I actually remind me a little bit of others original shows that start up well and then become kind of like first like Iroduku
okay.
the or the the Aquatope on the west end.
Yeah, that I feel like it has more in common with Jaeger though. Well, first of all,
Right. Yep.
Aquatope is like
Mm.
are the characters in high school or young adults or whatever?
Yep. Mm.
That's more along the lines of like Sakura Quest or Shirobako or whatever.
Yep.
Because the characters are most of them are employed at the aquarium. It's like a job, a workplace show.
Mm.
And
Mm.
Irazuku is more character oriented, I feel, and it kind of messed that up towards the end, from what
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. This one, I think I really intrigued in the world. So we want I want to learn about this new world. Like how many times is it have passed? Uh,
I don't know if they said.
and
Oh wait, hold
they
on.
don't.
There is a flash. Are you about to say that there's a flashback to a particular year?
No, no. I just I just was about to say that they didn't really mention they don't even know how long Akira has had been sleeping.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do know that when we saw like his flashback to his time on Earth with his, I guess, girlfriend, who he calls Big Sis.
Hmm.
That was
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal was with that. I don't know if that was the best translation for that phrase. But perhaps they were like childhood friends or something and it evolved into romance, but he kept using like a particular honorific with her name. But in any case, that flashback to the two of them like hanging out in their house or her office or whatever, it said on screen 2038. So
Oh.
even its flashbacks are set in our future, 2038. But as far
Huh.
as what time it is now in
Huh.
this apocalypse, post apocalypse, we have no idea.
Wow. Right. Huh. Very interesting.
I mean, the technology had to have been advanced enough in the flashback for his girlfriend's like consciousness to be digitized and
Yeah.
uploaded into this android because I mean,
True.
I don't think we have any confirmation of this, but from what I understand, based on her thing at the very end, like let's get married. Um,
Yeah.
I assume
Wow.
that it is like it's his girlfriend, and she will
Yeah.
probably have the memories of his girlfriend as well.
Yeah.
Though
Yeah. Yeah.
I would bet anything that her memory is incomplete. And like she
Right.
has selective amnesia where there are some things she can't remember, and that will allow the plot to function because they can't have her know everything right away.
Yeah. I think so far, I really enjoyed that world building and the character design as well because they look kind of different, but very, very, for me, attractive. And I'm not sure about the character themselves. I'm not sure if I keen to follow Akira for once, and that guy who is the villain of this episodes. Oh my god, he was so bad.
Yeah, I got
He was terrible.
Hamudo vibes from him from now and then here and there. He's just
Right.
completely all the way out of his damn mind.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you put a really good reference. I actually kind of enjoy that guy. That this guy is just very very poorly written guy who that we love to hate. So
Does he
and
die in this episode? I can't remember.
he
I know
I don't
all of his like underlings get reduced
yeah
to like a red mist because
yeah
the what's her face? What
I'm
is her name? What is the android's name? Yuugure, yes,
Yuugure.
from the
Yeah.
title Towa no Yuugure. She has like she's also got a laser cannon for an arm, so she's the second. This is the second show in this group of 10 where there's a character with a laser arm, and
True.
she also has a lightsaber. So like uh,
Oh boy.
there's your action focus. But I can't. So she uses her lightsaber and her gun and all that stuff to completely like blow up, destroy, murder all these grunts. I don't remember if she kills
Yeah.
him, the
Yeah.
really
No.
annoying uh,
Yeah.
mini
I
boss.
don't remember that either. No.
I have to imagine that he won't die because they spent some time on his design. If he were just going to die in the first episode, they wouldn't have done that.
Oh boy. I don't want to see him ever again.
Oh, yeah, I see. I'm on the My Anime List page here, and I see his name is Kanis, and he's listed as a supporting character. So
Oh
it's
boy.
possible that he won't recur and that his supporting role comes just from the first episode, but in all likelihood, he will come back. So you've got that to look
Uh,
forward to if you watch any more of this.
yeah. Uh, yeah. I like the fact that uh different clan. Oh, that's the one thing that I'm not sure as well because at first we see the clan who worshipped him saw that he wake up. At first they talk in like the foreign language, and then when the next scene actually Akira can understand him, so there might be some kind of like translator machine going on in his gadget, I think. Or
I can't remember whether we see like that they give him some sort of translation device to wear, or perhaps the
mm,
implication is that he is also an android. It probably
yeah,
not,
well,
right? Because he was in like a life support system, and you would need
yeah,
that if you
yeah,
were like a biological, like flesh and blood creature. Um,
yeah.
so I don't know.
But
I don't know what the deal is there.
yeah,
I don't know. I like vaguely recall that we were shown something on screen to explain how he could understand them. I don't remember what it
right.
was though.
Right. I don't recall that. I do recall that they speak in the foreign language before they
Right.
speaking to him. But well, all right. I still look forward to watching more of that to see yeah to see if it improve. I don't think the character is gonna be uh that's well written in this kind of show. But I just want to see what's the deal with the apocalypse and why why they are here now.
Yeah, I'll watch a little more as well, but not super excited about it.
Right. And since this the only original anime that we gonna watch this season, I will need to give it more try. So
Yeah, that is a factor. It's one out of like 40 or 50.
yeah, Oh, all right. I rank it 4 out of 10.
I gave it sixth.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, next one. One dance.
Okay, are you there?
All right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm here. One dance.
Right.
All right.
Um, yeah, Wandance. So obviously, I mean, let's get out of the way.
Oh my
The
God.
3D models for the dancers are terrible.
Yeah. Well, it's terrible in a way that it stick out. Like you can tell it right away, and it doesn't really smooth enough for you to get past it. But but that's alright.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's all right. Yeah, I wouldn't if someone watched this episode and thought to themselves like that is so ugly looking and this is a show about dancing and they can't
Mm,
animate the dancing properly, so I'm out. Like I won't watch anymore. I would
yeah.
totally understand.
Hmm.
Um, Personally though, I liked this episode. Um,
Mm,
I liked the I liked the portrayal of the main character's stutter. I thought that was
mm,
pretty well handled. And
yeah.
I thought that him kind of getting fed up with his friends and looking to make a change in his life and express himself non-verbally, you know,
Mm,
since that's not his preferred method of communication. You know, he's got that stutter that he wants to overcome, I guess. So for him to find a different way to express what he's feeling, you know, in this case through dance, makes sense to me. And
mm,
I think the script handled that you know his discovery of that desire within himself pretty well.
yeah. Yeah, I agree with you about the description of stutter in here because normally, they tend to override the stutter of like when they do the voice acting. But in here, because his character is reserved, he don't want to say stuff. So like when he kind of stutter, it just kind of like really slow and really you know uh doesn't stand out in a bad way, and it's just kind of like really fit into his character. So
Yeah.
so kudos to the voice actor there. But also like the episodes spend a lot of time on like this guy get to know Wandan, who love to dance and who don't really know how to express herself as well. And I think that the relationship that they put so far is handled with care. So yeah,
Does she not know how to express herself? I guess
she's
they do have a conversation to that effect.
about that. Yeah,
Like she
yeah,
I don't know. She doesn't know what she wants to accomplish through dance, something
yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah. And then she said like she really bad at saying what she want. She said exactly that,
Okay.
and I don't know. Yeah, and my point just I don't know if she actually can say what she want. It just by saying that, and well, in any case, yeah, it just through dancing and uh yeah, and I thought that his change to like wanting to dance and actually he dance at the end as well,
When he
kind
does the
of
running man?
yeah, he doesn't running man. It actually really the way that he's allowed himself to be uh he doesn't really feel about other people think of him by doing that.
Yeah.
He allowed himself to be vulnerable.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Um Yeah, I for all those reasons that you know that you and I mentioned, um, I like the characters, so I think that as a result, you know, the story will have some potential. I hope. I
Yeah.
also I enjoyed the background art a lot.
Oh, right. I
I
don't recall
so
any.
they're
Hmm.
the town where they live is kind of at the foot of Mount Fuji, And there were some
Right.
establishing shots, especially early on, as we were, like being introduced to the setting and everything, that looked really, really good. Like a panning shot, for example, that would start with Mount Fuji and kind of scroll down to reveal the city. Um,
Mm,
I was just very impressed with the background art on display. So I looked
mm.
up the art director, and he's ex Ghibli.
All right.
Uh, I was like, whoa,
Nice.
how did they get this guy? Like the stars must have aligned, honestly.
Yeah. Wow.
I think I like the character designs as well. Like not just Wanda
Mm,
and Kotani
yeah.
or Kaboku, depending on which of his names you want to use for the main guy, but some of the like at one point I think we saw perhaps the head of the dance club is maybe mentioned by a character, and the show kind of puts her picture on screen. Not that she's like present in the scene, but we just get a glimpse at what she looks like.
Right.
And I really liked her design as well. She had like a very very cool vibe to her. She was like very beautiful looking, long brown hair, but she also had the baseball cap on and the like the sweatshirt
Mm,
and kind of like a like I don't know, like a very kind of icy gaze in her eyes. It was I like I think the show is probably going to emphasize um, the like the sort of attitude that like street dancers have, where
mm.
it's a little there's a little bit of posturing to it. You're trying to express yourself, but you're also trying to look really really cool.
Right.
I just kind of get the sense that that's the show's going to go for that a little bit, which
Yeah.
makes it all that much more of a shame that the 3D models are so ugly. But at the same time, I think that the the fact that the character designs are rather nice will help to balance that out.
Yeah. So what kind of dance they are doing? Is that street dance, hip hop,
I think technically it's called freestyle,
freestyle?
but you can
Right.
also call it street dancing and breaking. I think is
Mm,
a term you can use it like breakdancing. You can just call it breaking, and
yeah.
a lot of the music will probably end up being hip hop um,
Mm,
because it's hip
oh,
hop beats are very danceable if they're played at if you if they're played at the correct tempo at least. Um,
all right.
yeah, so I liked it.
Yep.
I enjoyed it.
Yep. Interesting.
And there was also they
Yep.
also played a full minute of the Scatman music video.
All right.
Ba ba
Yep.
ba bee ba 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 do boop.
Yep. Well, I think I recall that, but not the video, but I recall the song.
Yeah, they
But
actually
it
played
very
the video, the
yeah.
actual music video for that song on screen. But it makes sense
Yeah.
because the guy who the artist of that song, the guy who sings it in real life has a bad stutter.
Stutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And they say that everyone who in the video also have a stutter
right. Yes, that's
themselves. So
right. Good
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it
So
would be kind
yeah.
of aspirational, like for a kid who struggles
Mm,
with that sort of speech impediment to come home from school and like
yeah.
put that up on YouTube and just watch it for a bit.
Yeah. 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 All right. I reckon that you will put it second.
Yes, I did.
All right. I put it fifth out of 10.
Okay.
All right. Last but not least, we have Yano-kun Original Days.
Ordinary Days.
Oh, Ordinary Days. Yeah. So
Uh
this is the first one that I watched. So it must be almost like two weeks ago.
yeah. Forget everything
Uh,
about it.
no. It's all right. It doesn't really have much going on from
Yeah.
either. So
That's true.
so it's about this guy who like who got prone into accidents and and then a girl who had a crush on him because of that. Uh, Yeah.
I don't think it's just strictly because of that. Obviously, she has kind of a mother hen personality, as we see from her relationship with her two younger siblings, and the fact
Right.
that she carries a first aid kit around everywhere, which doesn't make a lot of sense since she would probably want to keep it at home since she cares for young children. But
Well.
okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, we it's not just that she like wants to protect him and everything. I think, there's a scene or two where she looks at his face and like perhaps he'll have fewer bandages on than normal and she'll really get a good look at him and she'll be like, "Oh, he's hot."
Yeah.
So she likes him for that reason as well, I guess.
Right. I tell you what I like about this episode. I like the her facial expression,
Yeah.
her manga, her everything. Well, just to signify that like she been struck by him, she been thinking of him. It just so it looks so nice.
Are you're talking about the scene where she kind of gets like really small, kind of blank looking eyes and that small little
Right.
open mouth, like,
Yeah. Yep. 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 Yep.
Yeah,
Love
she
that.
does have very fun
Uh,
facial expressions. That's true.
yeah. I thought the whole episode now is a bit underwhelming for me. It just doesn't really have much going on. So it's about this guy. Yep, like I said, this guy who is accident prone. This girl who kind of feel for him, and at the end they decided to whenever he have accidents, he gonna take care of him. And is it gonna be like that for another 11 episodes?
Well, yeah. I mean, I have to assume, since it's part of his character, that he'll continually get injured and she'll treat him. But I don't think that's going to be the only thing that happens between them for 11 more episodes. There's side characters as well, some of
Yeah.
whom we meet and take note of, especially in the scene where she enacts her like foolproof plan to get Yano-kun to talk to her
Right.
or
Yeah.
whatever with
Yeah.
the cookies that she
Yeah.
bakes, and they end up running out. It turns out that he does actually eat some.
Right.
You learn that later on, but in the moment when all the cookies are gone so quickly, she thinks, "Oh no, he didn't get any." When that happens, we meet a couple other characters. There's one named Tanaka, who is
Right.
kind of like the class clown and says he ate two
Oh
whole
my
bags
god.
himself.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
was
Yeah, that
instantly
guy.
struck by the rivalry between him and Kyoko's friend. May is her name. She's got kind of the dark blonde, brownish hair,
Yeah.
and she has like a very kind of even keeled temperament, like a kind of a reserved personality. But whenever
Yeah.
Tanaka does something that she doesn't like, she instantly like starts grinding her teeth, like, "Damn you, Tanaka!" So
All
I
right.
think there may be a little romance will develop between the two of them. I think that
Oh,
would be fun.
yeah.
Uh, so there are side characters, but yeah, I have to imagine this is going to be a story that does not have an ambitious plot like whatsoever.
Right. Yeah. Well, I cannot even recall the production, the animation of the show anymore.
It
I think it's
I'd
like
say it's like pretty mediocre.
right.
I think it's
Mm.
the character designs that do
Yeah.
more of the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like the
Correct.
compositing as well. The lighting is very very neutral in this show.
Hmm.
A lot of anime recently have gone like crazy with the lighting, as I assume as digital tools continue to improve and become more widely available. And I mean sometimes that's great and sometimes it's horrible. So this show kind of played it safe by minimizing its impact, and I really like the way that it turned out in the end. I think it puts a lot of emphasis on the character designs themselves,
Hmm.
rather than like placing them in a 3D kind of space, so to speak.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Um, I just like the look of it in general.
Yeah. I would say that it's another romance show that I mentioned that I think gonna be turned out to be okay at the end of the season. Uh, but if I have to compare this show with like Star Brighter Than the Sun, I prefer the other pairs than this one so far.
Okay.
Yeah. So if I have to pick one show, I think I rather go with Star Brighter Than the Sun than this one.
Well, I feel the opposite.
All right. Yeah.
And I
Okay.
mean, I liked Star Brighter Than the Sun. I mean, I liked it well enough. Um,
Mm,
I just like the visuals more here, and I thought it was like there was a little bit more quirk to it, I guess,
mm.
um, with Kyoko's weird facial expressions and the fact that the main character, the main male character's personality trait, if you could call it that, doesn't have anything to do with his personality, but it's that he gets hurt a lot. And I just feel
Yeah.
like there's I don't know. It's not that there's more potential necessarily. It just appealed to me more, I think.
I think the one thing that I find this guy interesting is that when he realized that someone follow him, he actually followed the back.
He did what?
He follow a Kyoko back to see what's the deal.
No.
And yep, and she was like, "All right, yeah, I just want to see if you all right because you seem to have more, like
More
more
injuries.
bandage in injury in your
Yeah.
face, so it's just funny, yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of amusing. It's pretty lightweight. Um,
right,
but I liked it, so I put it third.
wow, I put it eight.
Okay.
All right, so we got the Tojima is the big one, and Sanda, so we got both of them really high in our list.
Wandance, pretty good as well.
Yep, one
Average of
dance as
three and a
well, so
half. I would say that's probably third place.
yeah. All right. I think we actually, yeah, this time I think we have a lot more in common than normal.
Yeah, that's true. It did end up that way. Well, I we can actually figure that out mathematically since I keep that spreadsheet. Um,
Oh,
but I expected coming into this discussion that we were going to be all over the place. For example, I thought you would
right.
hate Wandance because of the CG dancers, and that
Mm,
you probably wouldn't like Tojima Wants to Be a Common Writer very much because it's so
right.
bizarre and it has like an action focus. Um, but we
Well,
we did
yeah.
end up feeling the same about most of these series. I would say it's really just Shuumatsu Touring and
Mm,
Yano-kun where we were kind of flipped.
yeah. I agree with you on that. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure if Tojima gonna be, like, go out much more interesting than the first episodes. But as far as the first episode goes, I think it just like just walk the very fine line of not being ridiculous and like have something need to say.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, I enjoyed it. Although I don't think that it was on the same level as, for example, I already mentioned it, but Taco P's Original Sin, Summer Hikaru Died.
Mm,
Even looking back one season before that one, we had premieres like Lazarus and what was the
mm.
one by the
R-
author from the author of
Oh,
After the Rain?
yep.
I already
Uh,
forget.
Kowloon
Yes, Kowloon
generic
Generic
romance.
Romance. That's right. Yeah, all
Oh my
the
god.
like those premieres were also more impressive, I think, than Kamen
Yeah,
Rider.
yeah, yeah. I just wonder that if you already forgot the name, would you put it in your top 10?
Well, we discussed it for the
Oops.
podcast, didn't we?
Yeah, we
I
did.
think I was
We
pretty
did.
critical of it.
Right.
Its ending in particular,
Yeah.
but I mean, it certainly wasn't boring. Well,
Yeah.
I actually did start to get kind of bored by it at the end, but it was unique. Let's just put it that way. It was unique.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
did
and
you have
speaking
a
of
chat?
thinking about what people might put on their top 10 lists, we've got less than three
Right.
months until our, in fact, I would say probably 11 weeks ish
Yeah.
until our 11 or 12 until our top 10 anime of the year episode. So we're going to have to start thinking about like not only thinking about what the other
Wow.
person is might put on their list, but kind of like being secretive and concealing our real opinions
Oh, wow.
beforehand.
Okay. So, yep. Yep. It's coming. It's approaching really fast. W- Before you know it, it's gone. The year is gone, and you have like another list of the top 10 anime of the year to publish. So
Yep. Yeah, we just it just keeps happening somehow.
yeah,
Time
yeah,
just keeps moving in just one direction.
right. Uh, I was about to ask, did you have a chance to watch Gangland?
Yes, I did.
How was it?
Um, it was for I visually I was very impressed for a short series.
All
One of the
right.
best looking shorts that I think I have ever seen.
Really?
As
Wow.
far as the story goes, there really wasn't much of one at all. It was not
Right.
a good indicator of what the show will be like necessarily going forward.
Hmm.
But yeah, I was like there were some cuts in there. I mean, you shouldn't expect like Jujutsu Kaisen type stuff. That's not what I'm referring to. I
Yeah.
just think it was very polished, and there was like a full range of motion. Not a lot of stills.
Mhm.
So yeah, there's Gangland.
All right. Interesting.
I won't say anything about the story because I don't know anything about the story really. I mean, I know about the premise, but as for the story itself, the first episode is not. It doesn't give you any like hints or clues or anything.
All right. Yeah. All right. Sound good to me. All right, guys. That's it from us this time. We expect to come back for in a few months to see our top anime show of 2025, and we might come back before that as well.
Yeah, we might have a one or two episodes in the interim, but that's certainly what's coming up fast, as you said.
Right. Yeah. All right, guys. Enjoy the new season of the anime, and we hope that our recommendation, or rather our ranking, would help you guys figure out what show that you would watch next.
Yeah, I would hope so. I guess. Personally, I just enjoy talking about this stuff, even if no one
Yeah.
finds it useful or no one is listening. But if you made it all the way to the end,
Yeah. You deserve it.
yeah, yeah, there you go.
You deserve to like have our wisdom with you.
Indeed.
All right. Bye for now, guys.
See you next time.